Hello, and welcome back to the Green Heart Wellbeing Podcast. It's been a couple of months since I've released an episode. If you've been following along since the beginning, you'll know that this is typical for me. And then when it gets to January, I'm always back again with full-blown motivation. So I checked when the last episode was, and it was actually October. And then I realised, I've recently just published a little article on LinkedIn about this. January for me and January the 1st isn't like the time to be total New Year's resolutions, making everything a total fresh start and stuff like that. I realised that, and again, this connects with Green Heart and one of the pillars, which is nature. For me, being from Scotland and also living in this part of the world, although it's still sunny, it is winter time, And then when you look at the wheel of the year, this time is what we would call midwinter. So although the winter break, or if you're in a country that celebrates Christmas, that's the schools might be off, things like that. And most of us will be going back to work on the 5th of January. So if I manage to release this today, then going back to work tomorrow. And I start back some of the kids' clubs tomorrow. I've already been doing emails, bits and pieces. But again, I feel like I'm still in this place of I'm not in really any rush. When you think about midwinter before, and if you're familiar with the wheel of the year, there's spring would be one of the parts of it, which is in March really, but then there's Imbolc, which is in February the 2nd. So there's still a little bit before the actual natural new year happens. So although I'm starting back work, I am still very much in the pace of reflecting on the year before, but also maybe thinking a little bit about what the year to come. But I'm still very much in that cozy place of not darkness, but just almost like being the seed under the soil. There's plenty of time before I need to pop through and start showing the world all the different things that I've been working on underneath the soil, for Green Heart especially, but also personally. So the only thing I wanted to share in this episode before we launch back into the full 20-minute, 30-minute episodes, I wanted to share what my word of the coming year ahead is going to be. So I've been reading Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth. I'm not through it yet, which is actually quite uncommon for me. Normally when I pick up a book, I find it hard to put it down. But if you're familiar with Eckhart Tolle's work, you'll know that your brain really needs some time to chew over it. So I've actually put it down and I'm reading a commercial thriller for a little bit, and then I'll go back to it again. But I'd say since December time, beginning of December even, I've been thinking or waiting for my word of the year to appear. So with a combination of all those different things, the word of the year for me is awareness. And I mean it in the sense of presence and thinking about the ego and recognizing the ego and when I'm coming from a place of that. And also thinking about my in the moment feelings, thoughts and actions, and knowing that they are not me. And if you're thinking about the Eckhart Tolle book and the power of now and A New Earth, it's the awareness that notices those things, and it's still getting my head around it all. But that's why I feel like the word awareness for me is really good, because it's bringing me back into the present moment, really being aware of the things that are happening emotionally, physically, on a soul level, and just approaching the coming year with that thought. So all I want to do really in this episode, which is 5-6 minutes long, is I just want you to invite you to think about your word of the year. What is going to be the anchor that you'll continue to come back to? Some examples that I've had in previous years are intuition, embodiment. I actually had those two words on my bathroom mirror for a really long time. Another one that I've had is rise, radiance, just for different reasons at different times. But this time for me, definitely awareness, and considering presence. So yeah, that's all I want to do, is invite you to think about midwinter, think about what that means for you in your life, and think about what your intention for the year is, or what your word of the year is, which will be your anchor that you'll continue to come back to. So you can write it on a mirror, you can have it on a post-it in your wallet, you can have it as a screensaver on your phone. That's what I've done for now. Yeah, and please share them with me. Like, I'd love to know what your words are. And I think in the coming episodes, I've been planning a lot in the last 4 weeks, strategically planning and getting everything organised and what I want to do and grow. And if I eventually, over time, you'll start to see more of those. I had 4 weeks where I didn't have any clubs or camps or anything. So I was really immersed in Green Heart Wellbeing stuff and thoroughly enjoyed it. So in between enjoying the Dubai weather in the winter, which is different from the Scottish weather, I was able to really immerse myself in things that make my soul sing. So I look forward to sharing those with you, and that includes some upcoming episodes. So just a short one from me today, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week.